Trial by fire emerging from the cavern of whispers. The air hung heavy, thick with the scent of moss and damp earth. A young woman, her brow slick with sweat, emerged from the gaping maw of the cavern. Her name was Lynn, and she was no more than 18, yet her eyes, the color of jade, held the wisdom of ages. She had spent the last moon within the cavern of whispers, a place of profound silence where the very air hummed with the echoes of past masters. This was no ordinary trial. Within the cavern's depths, she faced not physical adversaries, but the phantoms of her own fear and doubt. Each whisper that snaked through the darkness taunted her, preyed on her insecurities, yet Lynn persevered. She held in her hand a testament to her victory, a sword, its blade as black as night, yet reflecting the sunlight like a shard of polished obsidian. This was the Silent Blade, the ancestral weapon of the Silent Willow clan, passed down through generations, awaiting its true master. The Valley of Whispering Winds, a sanctuary of ancient knowledge. Lynn had come to the Valley of Whispering Winds as a child, an orphan with nothing but the clothes on her back and a spirit of quiet determination. This secluded valley, shrouded in mist and legend, was the home of the Silent Willow clan, masters of a sword style as elegant as it was deadly. The valley itself seemed to breathe with ancient energy, its waterfalls cascading like silver ribbons, its bamboo forests swaying in a silent symphony. Here, under the watchful eyes of Master Jian, the clan's elder, Lynn learned the way of the Silent Willow. It was a demanding path, one that tested not just her physical limits, but the very essence of her being. She trained from dawn till dusk, her movements becoming as fluid as water, as swift as the wind. The other disciples, all older, all stronger, initially dismissed her. Yet Lynn possessed a quiet strength, a tenacity that refused to be denied. She embraced the pain, the fatigue, the endless cycle of practice and refinement. With each passing day, she felt herself growing closer to the heart of the Silent Willow style, her movements whispering of a power yet to be fully realized. Master Jian, the weight of legacy and the grace of guidance. Master Jian was a man of few words, his face etched with the wisdom of 1,000 lifetimes. His eyes, though clouded with age, missed nothing. He saw in Lynn a spark, a potential that resonated with the ancient spirit of the Silent Blade. He pushed her relentlessly, testing her limits, forcing her to confront her weaknesses. Yet it was never out of cruelty, but rather a profound understanding of her potential. He knew that within the crucible of hardship, true strength was forged. His lessons were rarely spoken aloud. He communicated through gestures, through the subtle shift of his weight, through the way his eyes seemed to pierce the veil of reality. He taught her to listen not just with her ears, but with her very being, to feel the pulse of the world around her. The dance of the Silent Willow, harmony in motion, power in stillness. The Silent Willow style was unlike any other. It was not about brute force or aggression, but about harmony, about becoming one with the flow of energy around you. It was a dance, a graceful interplay of movement and stillness, of offense and defense. Lynn trained tirelessly, her body becoming an instrument of the style. She learned to move like the willow itself, bending with the wind, drawing strength from the earth. Her movements were precise, economical, yet flowed into each other with a grace that was almost hypnotic. The Silent Blade became an extension of herself, its weight perfectly balanced, its edge singing a song of deadly beauty. With it in hand, she felt invincible, yet also deeply aware of the responsibility that came with such power. The Silent Blade was not a tool of destruction, but an instrument of peace to be wielded only in defense of the helpless and the innocent. Echoes of the past, whispers in the wind, lessons in the leaves. The Valley of Whispering Winds was more than just a place of training. It was a repository of ancient knowledge. The very air seemed to vibrate with the memories of past masters, their spirits lingering like echoes in the wind. Lynn spent countless hours in quiet contemplation, seeking guidance from those who had walked the path before her. She studied the ancient scrolls, their calligraphy imbued with the wisdom of generations. She meditated beneath the ancient willow tree, its branches heavy with the weight of centuries, its leaves whispering tales of triumph and sacrifice. Each whisper, each rustle of leaves held a lesson, a piece of the puzzle that was the way of the Silent Willow. She learned of the clan's history, of their unwavering dedication to justice, of the sacrifices they had made to preserve their art. Their stories fueled her determination, reminding her that the path of a warrior was not always easy, but it was always paved with honor and integrity. The heart of the storm, facing inner demons, conquering doubt. The path to mastery is not without its trials. As Lynn progressed, she found herself confronting not just physical challenges, but also the inner turmoil that raged within her heart. Doubts gnawed at her confidence. Fears threatened to consume her. She remembered the helplessness she felt as a child, the pain of loss, the fear of the unknown. These memories, long suppressed, now rose to the surface, threatening to derail her progress. She felt adrift in a sea of uncertainty, the once clear path ahead shrouded in mist. It was Master Jian who guided her through this storm. He taught her that true strength lay not in denying her emotions, but in acknowledging them, accepting them as part of who she was. He showed her that within the eye of every storm lay a place of stillness, a place of unwavering peace. It was from this place of inner peace that she would find the strength to overcome any obstacle. The legacy of the silent blade, forged in fire, tempered in tranquility. The day of Lynn's final test arrived. She stood before Master Jian and the assembled masters of the Silent Willow clan, the silent blade gleaming softly in her hand. This was not a test of skill or technique, but a test of spirit, of her understanding of the true essence of the Silent Willow style. She closed her eyes, feeling the energy of the valley flowing around her, the whispers of the wind, the rustle of leaves, the steady beat of her own heart. She was no longer a student, but a vessel, a conduit for the ancient power that coursed through her veins. When she opened her eyes, they burned with a newfound clarity. She moved not with conscious thought, but with the effortless grace of a willow swaying in the breeze. The silent blade became a blur of motion, a whisper of death. Yet there was no anger in her movements, only a profound sense of peace. Her display was not a performance, but a testament to years of dedication, of sacrifice, of unwavering commitment to the way of the Silent Willow. When she finished, a profound silence descended upon the valley, broken only by the gentle chirping of birds. Master Jian nodded, a rare smile gracing his lips. She had passed the test. She was now a true master of the Silent Blade, the legacy of the Silent Willow clan entrusted to her care. Into the world, a swordmaster's journey begins. The morning mist clung to the valley as Lynn prepared to leave. She wore simple traveler's garb, the silent blade concealed beneath her cloak. Her heart ached with the bittersweet pain of parting, but she knew that her journey was far from over. The world outside the valley was a place of chaos and darkness, and it was her duty, her destiny, to bring peace and justice to those in need. She bowed deeply to Master Jian, her eyes shining with gratitude. He had given her more than just the skills of a swordmaster. He had shown her the true meaning of strength, of compassion, of unwavering integrity. She turned and walked away, her steps sure and steady. She did not know what the future held, what challenges awaited her, but she was ready. She was Lynn, master of the Silent Blade, and hers was a destiny forged in fire and tempered in tranquility. Her journey had just begun.